Hi, my name is Ruben, and this is Nomono's Episode Editor Explained. Okay, so once you're in your workspace, you can select the recording and hit the Create Episode button to start editing. This opens the editor with that recording inside of it. Before we start, let me just give you a quick overview of all the tools and buttons. You can zoom in and out over here. You can add new tracks over here for organizational purposes, for example. You can also use this button to add other recordings. For example, if you had two recordings from the same place and you want to make a cohesive story out of both of them, you can add that recording in here. You can also add music, for example. We'll do that at the end. Up here, you have all the editing tools. And if you hover over the buttons, you can see the key commands for them. This is redo, this is undo, delete, paste, copy, cut, split, comment, and enhance. Finally, automation up here. We'll get into that when we add the music. But for now, all of these buttons are grayed out, and that's because they're not relevant yet. I haven't selected anything, and the timeline playhead is outside the boundaries of any clips. So if I put the playhead over here, I can make a split, and then I can cut and move in. Once I've selected a clip, all the buttons are active except for this one. And that's because that's relevant only to a time selection. When I make a time selection, I can make a comment. For example, I can tag parts of the recording with what they are, the intro, part 1, and so on. So let's just go through and try out some of these functions. Let's split. Now I can select and cut. I want to make another split over here. I can select this. I can copy it. And then I can paste it in over here. And then I can delete that part again and move this in. I'm going to resolve these comments as well. And finally, I can regret all of those actions. So let's pretend I have now edited my whole episode and I want to add my jingle. I'll add that recording in. Now that I've added this recording, I want to copy it using key commands, and then I can delete it. And then I can put this on 15 seconds, for example, and then I can paste it back in over here so that the jingle can play for about 15 seconds before the dialogue starts. And when the dialogue starts, I want to turn down the music automatically. So to do that, I'll press the automation button. And I'll make an automation point right here, automation point right there, and then I'll turn it down until it fades completely out. Maybe I even want to turn it down a little bit more exactly when we start talking. The noise floor is still way too loud in my recording, so I'm going to turn on the enhancements. I can do that up here, or I can do it up here. Now it's easier to see where we start talking. So I'm going to trim that off like this and move it back until right there. I think we start talking here actually.
We're in Las Vegas.
Yeah, so let's trim that all the way up there. Like so.
We're in Las Vegas.
We're in Las Vegas. That's pretty good. And now I want to download my recording or my episode. You can choose between MP3 or uncompressed WAV. In most cases, if you're going to publish it directly, you would want to go with MP3 because you pay for the size of your file. MP3 is a compressed format, so its file sizes are much smaller than WAV, uncompressed. In terms of level, you can choose between podcasts, which is -18 LUFS, which is the standard, and also the recommended level from European Broadcast Union, and Audio Engineering Society. For broadcast, TV, and radio, it's -23 LUFS. And you can choose that if you want to play this recording on the radio, for example. Usually, if you're going to publish to Acast, I would go to MP3, podcasts, and then download. And your recording will appear in your downloads folder. Now it's done, and it's downloaded into my downloads folder right here. So there you have it. Thank you for watching the video. Now go edit some awesome episodes in the Nomono episode editor.